Last year, I created a series about a mystery skateboarder in New York City. We tried everything to figure out who he was, and during that search, one name kept popping up in the comments as a joke. This guy's gotta be DB Cooper. Well, today, I want to tell you the real story of DB Cooper, and it's wild. Our story starts on Thanksgiving Eve in 1971. A nicely dressed man in a black suit and tie walks into the Portland International Airport and buys a one-way ticket to Seattle for $20 in cash. Now, when asked for his name, he gives the name Dan Cooper. Back then, you didn't need a passport or ID to fly, so whatever name you gave, they went with. He then walks through the terminal, briefcase in hand, and boards Northwest Orient Flight 305. He takes his seat in 18C and gets comfortable. Shortly after takeoff, he orders a bourbon with 7-Up, lights a cigarette, and puts on some dark sunglasses. Okay, pause. Look, I don't condone anything that he was about to do, but this is why he's a legend in American folklore. He was calm, cool, and collected, knowing what he was about to do. Okay, back to the story. Dan starts talking to one of the flight attendants, and then he hands her a folded note. She just assumes that this is just another guy trying to hit on her, and that this is his phone number, so she tucks it away in her pocket. He then leans in and says,
"Miss, you'd better read that. I have a bomb."
She opens up the note, and inside is a list of demands. Dan Cooper opens up his briefcase, revealing red cylinders, wires, and a battery, which looks like he does in fact have a bomb in his briefcase. He then tells her,
"I want $200,000 in cash. I want 4 parachutes, and I want a fueling truck to be ready in Seattle when we land to begin refueling this plane."
And the whole time, he was calm, polite, and oddly respectful. He even paid for the drink that he ordered. The flight attendant then reports this to the pilots. They radio air traffic control, who immediately contact the FBI. The plane then begins to circle Seattle for around 2 hours. This then gives the agents enough time to gather the cash and the parachutes. But here's the wild part. Flight attendants later described Dan Cooper as being thoughtful and rather nice. When the authorities then signaled that they were ready, the plane then landed in Seattle-Tacoma Airport, and it parked on the tarmac. At this point, the FBI then delivers a duffel bag containing $200,000 in $20 bills, 4 parachutes, and of course, the fueling truck began refueling the plane. Dan Cooper kept his word. He then releases 36 passengers and 2 flight attendants. The only people he keeps on board are the pilot, co-pilot, flight engineer, and 1 flight attendant. Now, when the plane begins to refuel, Dan Cooper then maps out a new route. He tells the pilots that they're going to start to head towards Mexico City, with a planned stop in Nevada to refuel the plane again. But he also adds specific flight instructions. He tells the pilots,